Hi, my name is Doug Smith. I'm with Electronic Support Unit. I'm going to show you how to set up the server for the video surveillance system that we use when we deploy. Basically, everything we need to use to set up this system is right here in this box. And it consists of, we have a power strip, mouse pad, base, all the cables we need. The base is for the monitor. We have keyboard. We have the server itself. And we have the switches, mouse, and that's pretty much it. That's what we'll use. The monitor is underneath everything. It always rides in the bottom of the box for safety purposes to keep from being damaged. And next thing we'll do is show you how to set this up. To set the server up, we'll set the box to the side, pull the power strip out, place it on the floor, and it will get plugged in. For demonstration purposes, we're doing this outside the trailer, so it's easy to be, you can easily see what we're doing. But this would get plugged into the wall into an outlet in the trailer. I'll take the monitor stand out. Mouse pad I'll leave here for now. I want the power cord and the video cable for the monitor. We'll move the foam. I'll take the server out. Server is going to sit right there. Next thing I will take out will be the switches. These are the network switches that the cameras and Starlink and router, basically the Ethernet stuff will plug into. We'll set that on top of the server like that. There are two switches. The bigger switch is a PoE switch, what is known as a PoE switch, which is a power over Ethernet. This switch is used to power the cameras because the cameras will mount up on the stand and they receive their power through this switch. This switch is a non-PoE switch, which is used to provide networking connectivity for the rest of the devices. So we'll drop that down, plug it into the power strip. We will get another power cable. We will plug in the big switch, like so. And I will plug this in. I will get another power cable. I'm going to go ahead and plug the power cable into the server, but I'm not going to plug the power cable into the power strip yet because the server is designed to power on. It will automatically power on as soon as power is applied, and I don't want the server coming on at this time. So at this moment, I'm just going to plug the power into the server, and then I'm just going to leave the cable, the other end of the cable, hanging at this moment. So the next bit is we want to plug the Ethernet cables in. So this one goes to this cable. They're marked. It really doesn't matter where they're plugged in on this switch or this switch, but it's best we label them to make it easy so there's no decisions. This one plugs into the Ethernet 1. This one, that's 2, yeah. This one plugs into Ethernet 2. Okay. Since we have these attached, the two switches attached together, the cable that attaches to this switch is already connected and shouldn't have to be connected at this point in time. Next thing I want to do is I want to take the video cable, the HDMI cable for the monitor, and I want to plug it in to the server at the back. At this point, I haven't pulled the monitor out yet, so we will just leave that laying. The next thing I want to do is pull out the keyboard. We will plug that into one of the USB ports in the back. Doesn't matter which one.
1 second, let me catch up.
Next, we'll plug in the mouse. And again, it doesn't really matter which one we plug it into.
I need to get a shot of that.
Now we're ready to put the monitor out. To assemble the monitor stand, the first thing we will do is we attach this to the arm. We do it by just simply sliding that in, tightening this screw down until it's tight, fold it over. There is, on each of the monitors and each of the trailers, there is a little pick tool attached to the base. We'll explain what this is for in just a minute. Next thing we'll do now is we'll pull out the monitor itself. The monitor always goes in the bottom of the box on a piece of foam for security and for safe travel, and a piece of foam over it. To put the monitor on the stand, all we do is take this fork, these forks on the arm, mount right to the stand, and all we do is slide it on like so until it snaps. The purpose of the pick tool is there's a little button right down in here that releases it. So when you get ready to tear the monitor down, you'll need this little tool to push the button to release the monitor. We just simply tie wrap one to the stand so it's always there and you don't have to go looking for it. Next thing we'll do is we'll take the HDMI cable that comes from the server, and we will plug it into the HDMI port on the back of the monitor.
Perfect.
Then we'll take the power cord and we will plug that into the back of the monitor, like so. Then we plug the monitor power into the power strip. The next thing we would do, set up Starlink, plug it in. We would just simply set the Starlink system there. We would plug it in to the power strip. Then we will get an Ethernet cable, patch cable from the box. We will plug it into the Starlink Ethernet adapter.
Okay.
We take the other end of the Ethernet cable and we will plug it into the network switch on top.
Okay, go now.
The next step, which we can't show at this point, we would take the cables that run from the cameras in the mast down into the trailer for the cameras, and the Wi-Fi that goes on the mast. We would plug them into the switch and into this switch here. We will show that once we have the system set up in the trailer. The only thing that remains at this point is once the cameras are connected and the Wi-Fi unit on the mast is connected, is to plug the server in itself. The server itself will start powering up. We can then turn on the monitor. There's a row of buttons at the bottom of the monitor. The farthest one on the right turns the monitor on. We simply push that, and that'll turn the monitor on. At this point, Starlink is on, the switches are on, the cameras are powering up, the Wi-Fi on the mast is powering up or powered up, and the server is coming on, and we should be able to then launch Blue Iris. Blue Iris is the software we run on this system to basically view, control, and record the security cameras. And that concludes the setup for the server station. Now we have the server set up inside the trailer where we would normally run it. The last bit we need to do is connect up the cables from the outside, which is coming in through this cable. That is one of the coil cables from the mast. We want to plug it into the switches, and one will go into a switch down there. I will plug that one in first. The one marked Omni antenna will go down into this little white box. It's also white on the other trailer, except on the other trailer it is mounted up on the wall above the table. On this one it's on the lower wall. We want to plug just an Ethernet patch cable into the cable marked switch, oriented correctly, there. We bring this cable up, we just pull it up from behind the table, and we're going to plug it into this one marked PoE switch. That little adapter is a power over Ethernet adapter, but it provides a special level of power for the Omni. The Omni cannot be plugged into this box. This one provides more power than the Omni needs. So we will take the rest of the cables from this big coil. We'll also pull them through here. And these are our 3 cameras. 2 of them are camera, one of them is a switch. We'll plug it in here. Any one of the open adapters can be used at this point. The 2 marked camera, 1 and camera 2, we'll plug into jack 1, Ethernet plug 1, jack 1, and Ethernet 2. It doesn't really matter, but it helps later on in troubleshooting if we can keep them straight, if we know which one is which and where it's at. This concludes the setup of the server for this trailer.